Hello, 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 beautiful people. My name is Ms.B. I am the goddess of empathy. The name is for you, but the title is for me. You can just call me Miss B. If you know someone who goes to Roosevelt High School in Roosevelt, New York, Freeport High School in Freeport, New York, Uniondale High School in Uniondale, New York, Hempstead High School in Hempstead, New York, or Albany High School in Albany, New York, please share this video with them and tag them in it. I have a message just for them. Okay, so I'm going to move forward right now. I'm going off the cuff. It's not rehearsed. So, right before COVID-19, I was in negotiations to come speak at your graduation. And then COVID-19 happened, so everything was washed. Um, Thanks to the power of social media, I don't need to be in front of you physically in order to tell you what was on my heart and what I wanted you to know. Basically, I was in your shoes. I grew up in Roosevelt. I lived on Catlin Avenue, and then I moved to Granada. And I grew up in Roosevelt, and I went to Roosevelt High, and it was very challenging to me because we were poor. I didn't know we were poor, but we were poor. We were poor, yet we didn't know we were poor because we were surrounded by love from friends and family. That was early elementary school. When I hit middle school, that changed. When I hit middle school, my mother became addicted to crack cocaine, and we moved into a crack house. As a result of that, it was very traumatic for me. It was very hard for me, and as a result, I became a teenage mother and all these things. Now, I'm not saying that because I want you to have pity for me or feel sorry for me, and I'm not saying that because I'm saying that those are necessary your circumstances that what you're going through right now. I'm telling you that to let you know that I am now in my 40s, middle-aged, and I've lived my life growing up with those circumstances, and even throughout my young adulthood and my middle adulthood, I'm okay. I'm okay, and I went to college. I wasn't the smartest kid in school. I wasn't the prettiest girl in school. I didn't have a lot of friends. I wasn't that popular girl. But there are a few things that I did have. Like, I didn't have nice clothes. I remember, and I put this in my book, I wrote a book about my life called Deborah's Daughter. I remember stealing a pair of sneakers from Roosevelt Laundromat on Nassau Road because I needed some sneakers, because when I would go to Roosevelt Park, the kids was laughing at my shoes because I had the same sneakers on for like 2 or 3 years. So, like I'm saying, I'm not saying that those are your circumstances now, but what I want you to understand is that you are graduating at a time, I'm sure you probably heard of this word and it's tired of hearing it, that is unprecedented. This has not happened before. And the world will make you think, news outlets, negative people, the world will make you think that you have absolutely no hope, that there is hatred that is ruling the world, and that you have no way out. And I've come to you today to say I beg to differ. Now, although there were times when I grew up in Roosevelt that I had to fight, because if you're from the Velt, you go to Roosevelt High, you're going to have to fight. There are times I had to physically fight. There were times where I was hanging out and bullets were around me. And at that time, I really thought I was hopeless. And although during that time as a child, I wasn't suicidal, but I was very depressed and I was very sad. But there were 3 things, and I took a few notes. There were 3 things that I had then that I have now, and I want you to have so that you can make your life better. You can help make your life better. And I took some notes, but I don't want to be with you too long. The 3 things that I had was I had faith, I had friends, and I had goals. I had faith, and I have friends, and I have goals. Now, the faith that I had was cultivated and taught to me from my mom when going to church, Went to Holy Trinity Baptist Church for many years. My grandmother helped found that church. Went to that church for many years, and at that church, I learned a lot about myself. I was in a choir. I sang in the choir. I read my Bible. I listened to what the Word was saying. I went to Sunday school. I listened to Sunday school, and when I was in that environment, even though I wasn't very studious about it, the word was imparted in me and imparted in my spirit. So when I say faith, I don't want you to think that you have to necessarily be a Christian in order to go by these principles when I say faith. No matter what faith you are, acknowledge your faith. Acknowledge your faith in your higher power. And if you don't have a higher power, if you don't have an organized religion that you practice or have practiced, have faith in yourself. Faith. Have faith in yourself. Faith in God. If you don't have an organized religion, faith in yourself. So I had both of those, and I have them both now. I had faith. Another thing that I had was friends. Now, there are some people that you are hanging out with right now, and you think that they are ride or die, and they're going to be with you till the wheels fall off. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But God is not a respecter of persons. God gave me, like I said, I wasn't very popular. God gave me 2 best friends as a child, and I still have those 2 best friends in my life right now. And those 2 best friends was all that I needed. You don't need a lot of people around you. You don't need a lot of friends. You need solid people who are on the same journey as you and who want the best out of their lives that you want out of yours. So I'm not telling you to dump all your friends. I'm not telling you to get rid of people. What I'm saying to you is, as you grow and as you live life, the people who are meant to be in your life will remain. They will remain, and they will be there for you. And they won't judge you. They won't put you down. They won't be jealous of you. And when you need them, they will be there for you, and you will be there for them. So I had faith and I had friends. Some of those friends were in my family. Some of them weren't. But God will give you people to support you and guide you through this life. They may be close friends, they may be distant friends, but you will have all you need through these friends. So pay attention to true friends and be a good friend. The next thing that I had and that I have were goals. I wanted more than anything, and I know you can't run from your problems, but what I wanted more than anything was to get out of Roosevelt. To me, it represented something that wasn't, happy for me. And it wasn't the place. There's nothing wrong with Roosevelt. Roosevelt is a beautiful place. It's just what it represented to me. But my goal was to get out as soon as I can. And I stuck with that goal. So even though I was a teenage mom, I got pregnant at 17. I was in a group home for unwed mothers in Hempstead called Mama's House, and my goal was to go to college. I went and I graduated from college. I have 2 degrees, and I graduated from the School of Hard Knocks. I had my goal. To me, that was my ticket. That may be your ticket, that may not be your ticket. You need to figure out what you love to do and do it, and make a goal and set it so high. You'll be surprised what you can do. Set it so high and make steps and make plans to complete that goal. And you have to be steadfast. Don't tell everybody what your goal is. Nobody needs to know what your goal is. Your goal is between yourself and your God and your faith and your higher power. So those were the 3 things that I had: faith, family, and goals. Faith, family, and goals. So I ended up graduating from college. I got a great job, and I was able to take care of my daughter without the need of public assistance and food stamps. Not judging people who do, but those programs are meant to be a stepping stone to help, not a way of life. So I was able to take care of my daughter without the need of any of those services. And now, many years later, I now have my own business called Empathy Empowers. So the world will make you think, the news will make you think that we are in dire straits. Yes, there is some things that are going on in this world. I don't need to repeat them with the race relations, and the universe is changing. There's a shedding that's going on. But don't believe the hype that within all this, with the COVID and the race relations, don't believe within the hype of all this that you can't make it, because you can. Don't think that you can't be successful, because you can. Believe that when I tell you. It is the middle of a pandemic. People have lost their jobs. They have no income. I have more than I've ever had during the pandemic and this crisis. I have food in my refrigerator. I am healthy. I have a warm, safe roof over my head, and I give thanks to God for it, and I'm appreciative for it. But it's the three things that I had, and that I have, and that I practice. And that is faith. Oh, I'm at 11 minutes. That is, I have faith, I have friends, and I have goals. So that is what I encourage you to have. Class of 2020, Roosevelt High, Uniondale High, Malvern High, Roosevelt, Hempstead, Albany, Schenectady, Troy. Young people, old people, I'm telling you, you can make it if you have family. And God will give you friends. And you must have a goal. And if you stay steadfast and focus on that goal, and don't worry about what you don't have, your friends will give you what you need. Now, as you graduate high school, some of you may be going to college, some of you may not. Some are meant to go to college, some aren't. By the grace of God, I graduated college. I didn't think I was. But college isn't for everyone. If you decide to go to college, I would highly recommend, no matter what your major is, go as far as you can. Get the highest degree that you can. The highest degree that you can. Pay off if you can't have scholarships, pay off your loans as you go. Pay off your loans while you're in school so you won't have much debt. Pay off your loans while you're in school if you don't have scholarship. But I would highly recommend, if you go to college, go as far as you can. I would say PhD. PhD, go as far as you can. It will pay off. I'm telling you, it will. If for some reason you're not the type, you don't want to go to college. Pardon me, my nose is itching really bad. All right, so if you're the type, I'm at 13 minutes, okay. If you're the type, you're not the college type. People say if you learn differently, I learn differently. It takes me slower. I almost didn't graduate because I'm not a math person. I'm a social person, and statistics almost cost me my degree because I'm not good with numbers. But if you don't want to go to college, or if you don't believe you can handle the study of college is just time management. Basically, you just manage your time and make time to study. But anyway, if you are not going to college, I highly recommend you work and you find a job that you love. You find a career that you love, not a job that you love. That's going to be challenging. Find out what you love to do. Get a job doing it. Work that job as long as you can. While you're there, work it. Learn as much as you can from the business, from the corporate world, from the leaders that are there. And then I would recommend, after you learn the ins and outs of whatever field you're going to go into, you save your money and you start your own business doing the same thing. You start your own. Because what breaks poverty is multiple streams of income. So you're going to need multiple streams of income from your day job and your business on the side. Now, there's going to be some of you who are diamonds in the rough. You're just smart and you're very talented and you're going to be famous and you're going to be comedians and singers and dancers and actresses and actors and business people. For those that are of that nature, I encourage you, again, keep the faith, keep your friends, and keep your goals. Continue to have your goals, and as you climb the ladder, you teach others how to climb it as well. I'm at 15 minutes. I'm supposed to stop, but I got a little bit more to tell you. So as you become a young adult, you may make some mistakes. You may be a teenage mom already or a teenage father already, and people may tell you your life is over because you have a kid. You can't do nothing. Don't believe it. You still can. Don't believe it. You may, as you get into young adulthood, you may be with someone who is not healthy. Maybe you'll get married or you'll get divorced. Maybe you may experience domestic violence as a man or a woman. Maybe you'll make a mistake and get into some legal trouble. Hopefully you won't. Maybe you'll have to do 6 months in county, or maybe you get sentenced to 10 years. Hopefully you won't. Nonviolent, hopefully. But if anything happens that deters you from your path, you may get sick. If anything happens that stumbling block, you cannot give up. A lot of people give up right before the miracle. It's never too late. Take it from me. I know people from Roosevelt who own businesses. I know people from Roosevelt who make 6-figure incomes. And they've experienced the same things and worse. They've been through some things and they still are very successful adults. So don't think that you cannot make it, regardless of your circumstances. Faith. You got to have faith, friends, and goals. Faith, friends, and goals. So I believe I said all that I had to say. I believe that's everything. I didn't want to keep you too long. I just want to let you know that you can make it. You can make it and you will make it. If you keep the faith, stay focused on your goals, and utilize your friends, and God will send you friends. As long as you stay focused on your goal, God will send you friends near and far. Near and far, but you got to stay focused. Some of you, you're here for a reason, to change the world. Your life is not over. Congratulations on graduating. I am Ms.B. I am the goddess of empathy. The name is for you, but the title is for me. You can just call me Ms.B. I published 2 books. I am working on now my children's book. Everything that I spoke with you guys with today, I'm working on putting that into paper, into another book with more specific steps. I'll have more information on that moving forward. It is my goal to spread the message of empathy throughout the world. So if you like this message, again, share it and support my YouTube channel. My goal is to get 1,000 YouTube subscribers so that I can go live regularly and be able to monetize and spread this message of empathy. I want to tell you, keep the faith. Congratulations. Faith. You got to have faith. Friends. Like I have friends. And you got to have goals, and you got to stay focused on your goals, and you will and you can make it. You can reach out to me through social media. You can email me. You can send me a DM. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I might not have all the answers, but I can steer you in the right direction. I love you. I love you. Peace and blessings. Congratulations to the class of 2020. You did it. Roosevelt forever. Peace and blessings, guys.